Yo, what is up everybody? Let me tell you, today's video is a lifesaver. I'm talking about those moments that nobody wants to talk about. You know, when you flush the toilet and instead of going down, the water starts rising, and you're like, oh no, this is not happening. We've all been there, right? That heart-stopping moment when you think your bathroom is about to become a swimming pool of, well, you know. But seriously, a clogged toilet is a universal problem and nobody wants to call a plumber every time it happens. That's why I'm here to show you 4 foolproof ways to unclog a toilet that actually work. These are the techniques I swear by, and the best part? You can do all of them yourself with stuff you probably already have at home. Stay tuned, because I'm about to make your life a whole lot easier. You can thank me later. Alright, let's start with the classic solution that's been saving butts for generations: the plunger. This humble tool has been a household staple for as long as we can remember, and for good reason. Now before you grab that thing and start going crazy, there's a technique to it. It's not just about brute force, it's about finesse and understanding how to use it effectively. First off, make sure you've got a good plunger. Not all plungers are created equal, and having the right one can make a world of difference. I'm talking about a flange plunger, the one with that extra rubber flap on the bottom. This design helps create a better seal and generates more pressure. Trust me, it makes all the difference. That extra flap is your best friend when it comes to tackling stubborn clogs. Now, position the plunger over the toilet drain, making sure it creates a tight seal. This is crucial because any air escaping will reduce the effectiveness of your plunging. You don't want any air escaping because that's your secret weapon. The pressure you build up is what will break up the clog. The pressure from the plunger is what's going to break up that clog and send everything down the drain where it belongs. It's all about creating that powerful force. Once you've got a good seal, start plunging. But remember, it's not about how fast you can go. But don't just go wild. You want to use controlled, steady motions, pushing down and pulling up to create that pressure. Think of it as a rhythm you need to maintain. You want to use controlled, steady motions, pushing down and pulling up to create that pressure. This method ensures that the force is directed where it needs to go. Keep going for a good minute or two. Patience is key here. Sometimes it takes a bit of time to dislodge the clog completely. Now here's a pro tip. If the water level in the toilet is really high, scoop some out with a cup or bowl before you start plunging. This will prevent any messy overflow. You don't want to be wearing it, trust me. A little preparation can save you a lot of cleanup later. Sometimes it takes a few tries, so don't give up if it doesn't work the first time. Persistence is key when dealing with stubborn clogs. Just keep plunging, and eventually, you'll feel that magical moment when the clog releases and the water starts swirling down the drain. It's a moment of triumph. And let's be real, there's something oddly satisfying about that, isn't there? It's like a small victory in your day. It's like you've conquered the porcelain throne and emerged victorious. That sense of accomplishment is hard to beat. But what if the plunger alone isn't cutting it? Sometimes even the best techniques and tools need a little extra help. Don't worry, I've got more tricks up my sleeve. There are other methods you can try that are just as effective. Stay tuned for the next chapter, where we'll unleash the power of baking soda and vinegar. These common household items can work wonders on tough clogs. Alright, so the plunger didn't do the trick. We've all been there, right? It's frustrating, but don't worry, there's a simple and effective solution. No worries, it's time to bring in the big guns. Baking soda and vinegar. These 2 household items are more powerful than you might think. This combo is like the dynamic duo of unclogging, and best of all, you probably already have these ingredients in your kitchen. They're not just for cooking, they're your secret weapons against clogs. First things first, grab your baking soda. It's usually tucked away in a pantry or a cupboard. You're going to need about a cup of this stuff. Make sure you measure it out accurately for the best results. Go ahead and pour it directly into the toilet bowl. Spread it around evenly to cover as much area as possible. Don't be shy, get it all in there. Now, for the vinegar. This is where the magic really starts to happen. You'll need about a cup of this too. Just like with the baking soda, measure it out carefully. Slowly pour the vinegar into the toilet bowl and get ready for some science magic. The reaction is both fun to watch and highly effective. You'll see it start to fizz and bubble like a volcano. This reaction is breaking down the clog. That's the baking soda and vinegar reacting with each other. And trust me, that clog doesn't stand a chance. The fizzing action is loosening up all the gunk. Here's the key. Let the mixture sit for at least 30 minutes. This waiting period is crucial for the reaction to fully break down the clog. I know, patience isn't everyone's strong suit, but trust me, it's worth the wait. Use this time to relax or get something else done. This gives the baking soda and vinegar time to work their magic and break down that stubborn clog. The longer it sits, the better it works. While you're waiting, you can catch up on your favorite YouTube videos. Maybe learn a new recipe or watch a DIY project. Maybe watch another one of my videos. Just saying, there's always something new to learn or a fun project to try. After 30 minutes, it's time for the moment of truth. This is when you'll see if the dynamic duo has done its job. Slowly pour a pot of hot water into the toilet bowl. This helps to flush everything down and clear out any remaining debris. Not boiling, mind you, just hot tap water will do. Boiling water can damage your toilet, so stick with hot tap water. This will help flush everything down and leave your toilet sparkling clean. You'll be amazed at how effective this simple solution is. If the clog is gone, congrats, you've successfully conquered the porcelain throne. Give yourself a pat on the back. But if it's still hanging on for dear life, don't despair. Sometimes clogs can be really stubborn. We've got 2 more methods up our sleeves that are sure to do the trick. Stay tuned for more tips and tricks to keep your home running smoothly. Chapter 3. Unleashing the beast time for the plumbing snake. This is where we roll up our sleeves and get down to business. Alright, we're getting serious now. It's time to tackle that stubborn clog head on. If the plunger and the baking soda and vinegar combo have failed you, it's time to bring in the heavy artillery, the plumbing snake. This tool is your best bet for those really tough clogs that just won't budge. Don't be intimidated by its name. This tool is actually pretty easy to use. With a little bit of patience and the right technique, you'll have that drain cleared in no time. First, let's talk about what a plumbing snake is. It's a long, flexible cable with a coil or auger on the end designed to break up tough clogs. Think of it as a flexible drill for your drain. The cable is designed to navigate through the twists and turns of your plumbing, reaching clogs that are deep within the pipes. The auger at the end is what does the heavy lifting, breaking up the clog into smaller, more manageable pieces. You can find them at any hardware store. They come in various sizes, so make sure to pick one that's appropriate for your plumbing. Now before you go in guns blazing, put on some gloves. Trust me, you'll want to protect your hands from the mess that's about to ensue. Things are about to get messy. But don't worry, with the right approach, you'll have everything under control. Uncoil the snake and slowly feed it into the toilet bowl, pushing it down the drain. Take your time and let the snake do the work. You'll feel some resistance as it hits the clog. This is a good sign. It means you're making progress. Here's where it gets fun. Once you feel resistance, start cranking the handle on the snake. This will help the auger break up the clog. The cranking motion rotates the auger at the end, breaking up the clog into smaller pieces. Keep a steady pace and don't rush it. This will rotate the auger at the end, breaking up the clog into smaller pieces. You'll start to feel the clog give way as the auger does its job. Keep cranking and feeding the snake further down the drain until you feel the clog release. This might take a few minutes, so be patient. Now carefully pull the snake back up, cleaning off any debris as you go. This is where those gloves really come in handy. I warned you it would be messy, but the end result will be worth it. Once the snake is out, flush the toilet to make sure the clog is gone. If the water flows smoothly, you've done it. Using a plumbing snake might seem intimidating at first, but trust me, it's not as complicated as it looks. With a bit of practice, you'll become a pro in no time. Just be patient, take your time, and don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. The more you use it, the more confident you'll become. The feeling of satisfaction when you conquer that stubborn clog is totally worth it. There's nothing quite like the sense of accomplishment that comes from solving a tough problem with your own 2 hands. Chapter 4. Hot water, the underestimated hero. Alright, this last method is for those times when you're fresh out of baking soda and vinegar and don't have a plumbing snake on hand. It's the underdog of unclogging techniques, but trust me, it can be surprisingly effective. Hot water. Now I'm not talking about lukewarm water here. We need the real deal. Fill up a pot with water and bring it to a boil on the stove. While you're waiting, put on some oven mitts to protect your hands because things are about to get steamy. Once the water is boiling, carefully remove the pot from the stove and carry it to the bathroom. Remember, safety first. Slowly pour the hot water into the toilet bowl, aiming for the center of the drain. The heat from the water will help soften and loosen the clog, making it easier to flush away. Give it a few minutes, then flush the toilet. If the clog is gone, congratulations. You've successfully unclogged your toilet with nothing but the power of hot water. If not, you can try repeating the process or resorting to one of the other methods we've discussed. And there you have it. 4 foolproof ways to unclog a toilet that actually work. Remember, a clogged toilet doesn't have to be a disaster. With a little know-how and a can-do attitude, you can conquer any clog that comes your way. So there you have it, folks. 4 awesome ways to tackle that terrifying toilet clog. Whether you're a plunger pro, a baking soda and vinegar enthusiast, a plumbing snake ninja, or a hot water hero, you've got the skills to handle any bathroom emergency. And hey, if you found these tips helpful, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on more life-saving content. Because let's face it, we've all been there, and knowing how to deal with a clogged toilet is basically a superpower. Until next time, stay curious, stay clean, and keep on conquering.